Hello and welcome to the Mariana Dalto Show, the podcast where small business owners share their stories, insights, and strategies for success. I'm your host, Mariana Dalto, and today our guest is Rob Ratliff. I hope I said that right.
Yep.
Rob is an author, speaker, entrepreneur, and business marketing coach. He's the owner of Marketing AI, helping local service companies across the United States for the past 14 years. His experience has helped businesses achieve growth through the innovative growth framework and advanced AI technologies, ensuring they target the right customers at the optimal time and place. Welcome, Rob, to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. I'm excited to have you. And Rob and I will go back, so we know each other for a long time now. We've been in several communities, so I'm glad to have you in the show and share your expertise with my audience. So thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. So glad to be here.
Thank you. So first, can you please share your journey starting your marketing AI business and what inspired you to become a business owner in the first place?
Oh man, that's a great question. I've kind of always been an entrepreneur. I remember, I think I got my start when my parents decided they were going to pay me to mow the lawn. It was $20. And for me, back then, I think the minimum wage was $3.25 an hour. So $20, it would take me, an hour. I was making bank as, like a 10-year-old. So that's when I got, I think, my first taste of business where, look, I can trade something and I can get money for it. And so that's, I think, where that started. Now, as far as how I got here, I've worked for major companies and corporations across the US, and I always had the marketing as kind of a little side hustle, just a way to make a little extra money. And that was started because back in 2004-ish, 2005, I had a job where we were traveling around the country, was talking about real estate investing. And for those of you who are listening, you need to remember this, about 2005, 2006, the whole real estate bubble just crashed. So I was unemployed. No one wanted to hear seminars on real estate investing at that time. The great old state of Missouri where I was living paid for me to go to school as long as it was in one of the, career paths that they found, worth paying for. One of them was website development and graphic design. So I went back to school, got my degree there. And then, of course, that led to me finding people that needed websites, which then led to people saying, well, I have a website now. What do I do with it? How do I market it? So I really had to become an expert in marketing, and I had some college courses on marketing that I was taking. And so it just kind of all came together. And back in 2010, I left Missouri, moved to Logan, Utah, and started Marketing AI. Now, crazy thing about that is the AI stood for all inclusive.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I was like, whoa, he was so way ahead of the game.
Yep.
But actually, it did not mean the same. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it was all inclusive because we did everything: graphic design, web development.
You were a visionary already.
That's right, like everything. And so I saw that, I thought, wow, that sounds really cool. And so I bought that domain. And the reason I bought that is because before that, it was r&lmarketingsolutions.com. Now, if you take that and put it on a business card for your email, it takes up like the
yeah, not ideal for marketing.
Too long. So I switched. I just found that domain. Actually, a friend of mine wanted to start the all-inclusive marketing agency. I found Marketing AI, bought it for her. Later, she said she didn't want it, that she was going in another direction. Can I have it? Absolutely. Okay, great. So I bought it, started going for Marketing AI since then. And now I feel this heavy weight moral obligation to understand marketing and AI.
Yes, now you're kind of like technically the guru of AI now with the name.
Yep, exactly, because I have to be.
That's awesome. And then, since you started your business, did you focus in doing different marketing services? Let's say in the beginning, you started with websites and you realized, okay, now customers need more than that once they have a website. And then maybe did you face, while you were adding new services, that maybe you like to do this more than others, like, or you were it was very clear to you, this is really what I like, and you were very consistent on the services that you offer since day one?
Oh, well, things have evolved so much. When I first started marketing AI, this was back in 2010, so about 14 years ago now. Things were a lot different. My main focus at that time was I built this website for you. If you would like to pay for a monthly search engine optimization package, then I will continue to add new pages, build content, so you can start ranking for the different services and things that you provide in, specific areas. So I really, it started with kind of the search engine optimization. And then once that took hold and people were happy with that, and I'll tell you, I nailed that. Like, if you're looking for an SEO guy, I don't know what it is, but Google and I understand each other.
That's good. That's good, because a lot of people need that.
Well, there are a lot of my clients, when Panda came out and Penguin came out, and so many people just took a dive on their listings, rankings. My clients actually went up because they started focusing more on the value of the content and less just on these fake backlinks, which I looked at from the very beginning and said, this is not going to go anywhere, right? These backlinks are good if they're done right, but just having a bunch of backlinks from a bunch of places, no good. And the reason that I understood that, because I was reading a book called SEO for Dummies. Now, I don't remember much about the book, but I remember this one thing that made all the difference. And it was, Google's goal is to deliver the best results for the search that people are doing, right? That's how they are going to, that's their claim to fame. You're looking for specific subject matter, we're going to find the best stuff for you. So in order to rank well, try to think like the programmers whose job it is to determine who has the best content for that subject. So from the very beginning, we were focused on building really good, high quality content that answered all of people's questions about the products or service they provided. And that made all the difference, because now Google and Google continues to focus on the quality of the content. Now even looking at things like, well, who's writing it? What is their background? Are they really an expert? So
That's good. Yeah, that the AI is pushing it at a next level, like what's good. And yeah, because ideally Google is like wants to provide the best experience for the person who's looking for the data, right? So
right. They want the data. So there's so many little different tips and tricks that when it comes to SEO and how to make it work. And then from there, we just naturally went to paid ads, because it's like, well, I can get you on the top of the first page for anything you want right away if you have a budget. So that's when we went to the paid ad campaigns. And then social media came on board, as Instagram and Facebook became more the go-to for everyone. So that's kind of how it evolved. SEO first, then the Google paid ads, then the social media, and now the AI.
Excellent. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for telling us your journey through growing your agency.
Yeah.
So now when you started the business and you started serving your clients with the different services, what were your early challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome those challenges? If you remember, like, and this is for our listeners who are maybe, a few steps behind you in building their agency, and they're thinking through that, and maybe you can give them some tips on that. And so maybe just listening on the challenges that you face can inspire them to think differently.
Well, the big challenge for a lot of people who are in this space is they may, especially people in kind of the graphics and web development website, a lot of times people will go to that because they're more introverted and they like sitting behind the computer, and they'd rather do that than be out kind of and about. So there's a few ways to handle that. Number one, you have to get out there, you have to network, you have to overcome that, you have to meet people. One of the first things I did is I went to the Chamber of Commerce in my area, and I said, I want to join the chamber, I want to go to all the events that you guys are having. And I also noticed that their website was not really designed very well. I said, if you'd like, I'll rebuild your website as well and make it look better free if you'll just tell people that I was the guy that did that. So a lot of times finding a really influential business partner, networking group, engaging with them and giving them something free if they'll make you like the go-to guru guy. That's how that really helped me get in front of more people more often to tell them what they do and have the backing of something like the chamber. But what it comes down to is networking, networking, networking. And if you don't like doing it, find someone that does like to network and pay them a commission for every sale that they make, for every person that they bring in, every client. They earn a specific amount of dollar. They could do it part-time, they could do it full-time. It's up to them. But if you don't like doing it, find someone that does like doing it and have them get out there and tell people what you offer.
That's great. And yeah, it's true. Like initially with digital marketing growing so much, a lot of people are like, okay, I'll just go behind the computer, do all these lead magnets and, capture leads this way. And I don't go talk to anyone, but you gotta still build a relationship outside of your computer. You really need to talk to people and show your face and see who is the owner of the business and have that relationship. I agree. So let's pivot a little bit on talking about the book that you wrote, Critical Point Marketing. Tell us about the book and what does it do? What does it say? What does it teach people?
Okay, so this is another funny story. I was working for a company, it was called Harris Research. They owned the Kim Dry carpet cleaning franchise, which was nationwide. We had right around 200, a little under 200 clients who were all these franchisees from all over the country. And my job was to get more of the Kim Dry franchisees coming to our in-house marketing department rather than using their own people. And there was another guy that I felt had an agency outside of the Kim Dry Corporation that a lot of people were using. And he was always talking about his book. Like, oh, I wrote this book. I wrote this book. And automatically people were thinking, oh, well, he has a book. He must be an expert. So I thought, well, I can write a book. I mean, right? Can anyone write a book? I can write a book. So I sat down and I started writing a book. And every day at work, I just would spend a couple hours just writing this book. So now I am the expert when it comes to marketing. And I have a book to prove it. This is the book, Critical Point Marketing, right here.
Nice.
So one of the first things I talk about in the book is, what do all these terms mean? PPC, social media, landing pages, what is tracking code and analytic code, and what is Search Console anyway? And so these are all of the different tools available for people who are looking to grow their business and do better marketing. They need to understand these tools. So the first thing is just lay out, these are all the different tools. Then we talk about how to use them. We show landing pages and talk about why this is a good landing page or what could be improved on that landing page. We talk about how to start a Google ad, how to start a Facebook ad, all of these different things, so that by the time you're done with the book, you just have a very well-rounded understanding of how this whole thing fits together. Now, if you're a business owner and you don't necessarily know how to do all of that, then you would hire someone like me or find someone locally to help you. I help people all over the country, so it's a remote job. One of my best clients is in Wichita, Kansas, and I say best. They're all great clients, but I've just been with him for 11, 12 years now. He's had me, and we have no contracts. It's month to month, but we just do a good job, so we're still here. So the book is designed to help people understand how that works, how it all fits together, how to utilize all of the tools, and then help them grow from, smaller, like I don't have a lot of clients, to I have a lot of clients. So as an example, this particular client, when I started working for him, I think he had a few hundred clients, this pest control company, and now they have over 4,000 clients. So just using these tools, get them on Google, get their name in front of people. And I have this whole framework called the Grow Framework we talk about in here. I've actually just redone this book with the help of AI, kind of rewriting some of these things. And it goes into how AI can be useful in a lot of these tools that we talk about.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Are you gonna share the book somehow with us, or is there something that you're...
Yeah, actually, we give the book away and a free marketing consultation. You just go to book.marketingai.com.
Okay.
And you just fill out the form, and I'll send you the book, and also I'll meet with you and do a free 1-hour marketing consultation, no obligation.
Okay.
I just show you, here's the things you could do better. Here are the things that you're probably not doing that you should be doing. And then you can decide if you want our help or if you want to do it yourself, you know. But it's a great book. It's a great read. You can get it in print, but with the book.marketing AI, once you fill out the form, it will just send you a digital copy of it. So you don't have
Okay.
to necessarily wait for the physical copy. But
Okay.
if you wanted to order physical too. But again, that's book.marketingai.com.
Excellent. So now let's talk about, from the clients that you have, like, what are some common challenges your clients face, and how do you help them overcome those obstacles? You got some, ideas?
Sure. I mean, when it comes, the challenge is that they're business owners and they're good at what they do. HVAC, pest control, painting, plumbing. We have dentists. I mean, we have all types of business owners that work with us, and businesses that work with us. And they're really good at dental work. They're really good at HVAC. They're really good at plumbing. They're not good at marketing. And not only are they not necessarily understanding how all these new marketing things are happening in the digital world, but they also don't have time. You know, if you're trying to run a business or run employees and do all the work that you're doing, you don't have time to do marketing. So that's where we step in. Is we know marketing. We don't charge an arm and a leg. I have heard people, and they want to charge $10,000-$15,000 a month, you know, kind of thing. Our rates start very, very low, and we have packages that we can, you know, talk about and show when we do our free consult and things. But really, it's just they don't have time and they don't have the understanding, where I've got a team of people that do have time, because that's what they're paid for, and we understand how marketing works and how to get people to call that phone, book those appointments. That's what we do.
So then, so give us an example, for example, doing retargeting. Like, do you, like, when someone has a problem and the solution for them will be retargeting, what would that be? What's the problem that comes in front that you're like, okay, if you have this problem, this is what you should probably be doing, and then what retargeting means also for people, for those that they don't know.
Sure. So retargeting is one of the biggest quick fixes you can do in your marketing campaigns. If you're running Google ads, social media ads, your SEO is good, but you're not retargeting, you're missing a huge, huge opportunity. It could be costing you thousands. What the retargeting does is very simple. It's like when you go to Amazon and you look for a pair of shoes or something, and now you see that same pair of shoes all over the internet, everywhere you go, because they've retargeted you. Retargeting is a little piece of code that you put on your website or on a product page, whatever that is. And then when people visit that page, that little code kind of tells their browser, hey, this person was interested in this. And now they will start to see that as they go around, because Google has created these partnerships with different blog owners, website owners, where they'll give the blog owner will give Google a little space where they can say, you can advertise your products right here on my blog, you know, little square or banner or whatever. So what the retargeting does is it shows that ad on all these different blogs, all these different websites, so that if they visited your website, now they see you over and over and over again to remember that they were interested in a product or service that you offered. And let's face it, most of the time when people are looking for something online, once they look, they find something, they forget about it, they go back to their normal day-to-day. So it takes these consistent reminders. Facebook, same thing. You retarget. So every time they go to Facebook, once they visit your website, they see your ad over and over and over again on their feed. And that just reminds them, we're here. We want to help you. Give us a call.
But so then, first they need to get to the website. So in order to get to the website, you have to have a good SEO or be very present on social media or do paid ads so that they can find you first on your website, and then you retarget them because they already found you. Is that right?
Right, right. And retargeting can also include re-engaging them with emails. So if you have a client list of people in your CRM right now, and you're not emailing them at least once a month or so just to let them know you're around, then that's kind of that's also some really low-hanging fruit that as a business owner you could be doing to help drive more traffic to your business and get more calls. Is just remind them that you're there. I'll send out some engaging content, some interesting facts. Don't just try to sell them. Don't just send emails that are always.
Yeah, just provide value on what you offer, but from a value standpoint, like things that can help them grow their business with tips and things that can do a difference for them, right?
Right. In fact, I want to take 1 minute here and just talk about the GROW framework.
Sure.
So the GROW framework is the framework that we use to help drive more clients and more leads, more calls to your door. The letter G in GROW stands for gain visibility. So getting out there in as many places as you possibly can. Networking, Google Ads, social ads, SEO, whatever it takes, flyers on doors, whatever it takes, gain that visibility. Podcasting, it's a great way to gain visibility. YouTube, Instagram, all these different things, places that you can show who you are and what you do. The R is for the retargeting, re-engaging. So re-engage your audience, retarget them, send them those emails, send them back to your site, show those ads, retarget them. O is optimizing for conversions. So once you have people clicking and going to the website, you need to optimize the website. If they're not calling, there's something wrong. If they clicked an ad because they're interested in some service or product you provided and then they didn't buy it, you have to start looking at why didn't they? So that's what we're talking about. Split testing, trying different headlines, different colors, different button colors. You never know what can make the difference. You just have to test it. And finally, the W stands for win clients. And that's about the sales side of it, where you might want to record some of your calls. If you're not landing them as a client or a patient, listen to the calls, find out what you said wrong, maybe what you could say better. Did you miss something that they said? So the W is focusing on the sales aspect once you've made those leads come to you through a call or whatever. So if you just follow that GROW framework to gain visibility, re-engage your audience, optimize your website, and then focus on your sales, win new clients, then you just get this flywheel going. You'll just exponentially grow.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
You bet.
And then one more question, more related to past clients or typical common mistakes that business owners make in their marketing efforts and how you can help them avoid those mistakes.
Targeting. That's the biggest mistake that most people make, is they'll put up a Google ad and they'll just say something like, I want keyword for plumbing, for example. So that's great, but that's also one of the most expensive keywords for plumbers is plumbers, because so many people are going to use that. So number one, maybe start looking at keywords like plumbers in Cache Valley. That's where, or Logan, Utah, or LA or Pasadena or whatever, and you could even go down to more of your like geographic area. And then also telling Google, using the Google segmenting, what types of clients you're looking for. So I'm looking for people who are interested in home decoration, home building. I'm looking for contractors. Who is it that you're targeting with those ads? Because Google will let you trim that down and say, I want to show ads, but these are the people I want to see those. Same with Facebook. So Facebook is so powerful in being able to find people who have certain income levels, hobbies, interests. Are they homeowners? Are they landlords? So when you target the right kinds of people with the right kinds of ad, that's when magic can happen. And that's the mistake that most people do, is they just put up an ad, they don't boost it, they don't go outside of their Facebook page, they're not targeting the right people, they're just throwing up stuff, hoping somebody. But if you target very, very effectively, it changes everything for them. In fact, we have a client who does dog training in the area, and we did not do anything. We took over their marketing. They weren't happy with who they were using. We didn't do anything on their Google ads other than switch the targeting to do better targeting on their Google ads and their Facebook ads. Same budget, so same exact budget, and their revenue increased about 40% in just a couple of months. So they've had some of the best months they've ever had with us, just because we targeted using the same budget, but we just targeted the right people in the right time in the right place.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. That was super helpful. Thank you. We are really grateful to have you in the show today. Thank you for your insights. So before we wrap up, could you share with our listeners how they can learn more about you and your business, where they can find you?
Well, fortunately, because I'm this visionary, you just go to marketingai.com, which we talked about already. You know the reality. But check it out, marketingai.com. You can contact me there. You can also look for me, the Rob Ratliff. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I have a few Facebook groups that you can also join. But just look for Rob Ratliff or Marketing AI, and you'll find me.
We'll find you for sure. Good. Well, thank you, Rob, for joining us today. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in, and we will add Rob's information, website, and the social media links on the show notes, so then you can find him. And please do not forget to subscribe and leave a review if you enjoy this episode. So thank you, Rob, and see you all next time.
Oh, thank you. So appreciate you having me on here, and you're awesome. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye.